Drum roll, please. Welcome to the NFC East Unleashed podcast, where your team doesn't have to be in the NFC East, but it sure does help. And we got a special episode 3 here. We're going to deep dive into the Baltimore Ravens at the Dallas Cowboys game here. And I got none other than a Baltimore Ravens fan himself, my very own brother, Owen Sabunia.
Sports time!
This is going to be a long
How
episode.
you doing, man?
Good, man. How are you?
Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, of course. Baltimore Ravens traveling to AT&T Stadium. Both teams looking pretty bad now.
Pretty bad. We just lost to the Oakland Raiders. Lost by a field goal. Pretty devastating. Could have been better. And you guys lost to the New Orleans Saints, everybody.
Guys, look, they're good now.
43 to something.
All right, look, I'm not familiar with Derek Carr's game, okay?
Yeah.
Anyways, this will be a pretty interesting matchup. You got two teams who look like crap right now, who looked amazing last year, which is basically a lot of teams right now. What are your thoughts going into this game?
I feel like it's definitely going to be a closer game.
Are you feeling confident that your team can come out with a win?
Definitely. 100%. I feel like definitely since David Ojabo is questionable, and if he doesn't play, that's definitely going to take a hit on our defense. But if he does end up playing, I feel like our defense is going to be back in shape going against the Cowboys offense, which against the Browns looked incredible. So it's definitely going to be a close matchup.
So I want to talk about your last two games. I want to ask you a bunch of questions. Let's start off with your pretty depressing loss against the Kansas City Chiefs. Wow, there's no things. By a toe. What was your reaction to that game, and what were your thoughts after?
It's pretty mad, but first game, we all thought we were gonna. Everybody thought we were gonna lose the Chiefs because it's the Kansas City Chiefs, and
the refs are biased.
But
It's okay. The refs were not good for our game.
No.
But I won't complain.
I feel like it wasn't the best game, even though we lost by a toe. I feel like we were definitely lacking a lot in our offense because, frankly, our offense wasn't doing anything. We were getting maybe like a couple yards per possession, not per possession, per
play.
Yeah, per play. So it was just an overall bad game. But it ended up coming to the last second, and we ended up losing. And that's how football is.
So I gotta ask you, if Justin Tucker could hit 50-yarders now, which obviously he looks like he can't, maybe he can, I don't know. Do you think that would have altered these two games significantly?
Definitely, because we had to try from 53, and he had the power, he just didn't have.
They would have tied the game against the Raiders had Justin Tucker made that field goal.
We would have won the game because we tried to do 2 field goals.
So you're 0-2.
We're 0-2.
You were a favorite. You were underdogs in the first game. You're a favorite in the second game. You're now favored in this game. You're 51% chance of winning. How confident do you feel, and what do you think are the keys to winning this game in Dallas?
Definitely, I feel like the key to win is definitely our receiving core and our running core. You can't just rely on Lamar Jackson to run the ball, even though you kind of can. But I feel like our main point is going to be definitely passing on the Cowboys defense because it's definitely a top 5 in the league currently. So I feel like it's definitely going to be tricky to get past Micah Parsons. But yeah, it's my opinion. I feel like our offense just has to step it up for this game.
So how comfortable or confident, I guess, do you feel with a pretty solid pass rush in the Cowboys defensive line against a Ravens offensive line that has not been producing that well? bunch of illegal formation penalties.
Not Ron Stanley.
And Max Crosby was having a day with Lamar Jackson.
He was looking amazing that day.
So,
I can't be mad.
and if Lamar Jackson's not going to roll out the pocket, how comfortable do you feel with that offensive line against that Dallas pass rush?
I don't feel like he's going to be that the Ravens are going to be that good in this game because our offensive line is lacking so much. And I feel like he's going to get sacked like maybe 6 times this game. So I don't feel confident at all if he's not going to roll out the pocket and throw it to Zay Flowers.
Yeah. So, moving on to your defense. Your defense, it's looked good. It's looked pretty bad in some places. You're ranked last in pass defense. I can pull that up for you right now.
No. Ranked 32nd?
Yep. Let's go to Fox Sports. In pass ranking, you are 32nd.
We are 32nd.
Passing defense, you've allowed 257 yards.
That's
and 2 touchdowns.
Where are you guys at?
We are 17th.
17th.
Titans are first. I don't know.
That's not good.
Yeah. So, from a Cowboys standpoint,
yeah.
And you have a connection with Brandon Cooks and Jalen Tolbert and CeeDee Lamb, who is, besides Jalen Tolbert, I think is a pretty good. I mean, Jalen Tolbert's still good. But do you feel confident in your ability to maybe boost up your pass rush or not your pass rush, but your pass defense against, this high flying Cowboys who mainly rely on the pass this year since their running back room is really lackluster?
Yeah. I do feel confident because so far, I think we had 2 interceptions against the Raiders, so I feel definitely a lot more confident this game than I did against the Chiefs and the Raiders. But I definitely think our main key in this defense is definitely going to be our cornerbacks and our safeties because they're the ones that are going to get
Yeah, but again, with the cornerbacks and the safeties, they're the main part of that pass offense.
I know, but I feel like
unless it's your linebackers giving up easy screens, then or not screens, but slants and screens and stuff, then do you just feel confident going into this game that you'll I know your run game is pretty solid, but again, your run game, you still lost to the Raiders. And, your run game wasn't that good against the Chiefs. It's never really that good.
No.
But, your run game was great with the Raiders, and you still lost.
Yeah.
So, do you think that that's going to be play a huge effect, or do you think that it's going to be something that kind of holds you back and the Dallas offense is going to jump on your defense and allows you to, start airing the ball out?
I feel like the Cowboys defense is definitely going to give us a push, and it's definitely going to scare Lamar and make him start passing the ball because Derrick Henry, he's a little bit older now, so he doesn't have the abilities as he did when he was had his 4th year on the Titans when he was booming. So I feel it's not going to be the best, but I feel it'll still get the job done.
Now, besides Zay Flowers, your receiver room is just pretty.
It's horrible.
It's not that good. It's not that good. Now, Zay Flowers, I believe he had a better week last year than he did against the or not last year. A better week than he did against. Let's see. Oh, this is the Raiders. Hold on.
Oh.
So Zay Flowers had 7 catches for 91 yards and a touchdown. And obviously, I know that Lamar Jackson in the first game missed Zay Flowers for a wide open touchdown that probably would have tied the game.
Yeah.
So do you feel like that their connection is stronger? Obviously, he was limited that game.
Yeah.
Do you feel like Zay Flowers is going to have a good game this week? Or do you think that because it'll be probably Trayvon Diggs on him?
Yeah. I feel like it's definitely going to be a better game than what we had against the Chiefs. Just overall, because I feel like if Lamar gets the job done and if he just airs it out, how they did with Raheem Shaheed, they're screw it, he's in the end zone. I feel like if they do that with Zay Flowers, because he has the speed and Lamar has the arm, if they just get it down there, like they did with Raheem Shaheed, I feel like
Okay,
Zay Flowers is gonna go off.
I think Rashid Shaheed is actually probably a lot faster than Zay Flowers. I don't think I've
Check
seen
their
Zay Flowers.
40-yard time.
All right. That's a good idea.
Yeah. I think Zay Flowers ran like a 4.3 something.
Zay Flowers 4.42.
4.2.
Let's see.
It's not horrible. That's like pretty average.
Shaheed. I spelled that terribly wrong.
Shaheed.
4.3.
Oh.
So about a whole like tenth of a second. Yeah. So, and the fact that in that Rashid Shaheed touchdown, the safeties were relatively close. I don't think that is going to be a big factor for you.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I think that with your main linebacker out, do you think that, well, the guy you said that was questionable?
It's not our main linebacker.
Oh, it's not?
No.
Who is Roquan?
Oh, yeah. Well, he's not out. David Ojabo's questionable.
Okay. He's like, is he one of your linebackers?
He's our, I think, middle linebacker.
So when you look at what is Roquan Smith? Outside?
He's outside.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you look into the fact of CeeDee Lamb's route running, do you think that is going to throw, because for CeeDee Lamb's route running, I believe your cornerback matchup is going to be Marlon Humphrey.
Yeah.
Correct? Is that your one?
Wait, Marlon Humphrey is our cornerback, yeah.
Yeah, cornerback and
one,
then, correct?
And then Kyle Hamilton.
Kyle Hamilton's your safety.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, so these are the guys. Oh, wait. Oh, it doesn't say. So do you think that matchup is going to be, I think it's going to be an interesting one, but do you think that Marlon Humphrey will be able to keep a solid defense on CeeDee Lamb? Because, CeeDee Lamb did play hit cornerback number 2 against the Saints and he still put up 90 yards, but he was not as productive, obviously, with his holdout over the summer.
Yeah. I feel like Marlon Humphrey and CeeDee Lamb, they're definitely going to be like an even matchup because they're both really. Marlon Humphrey is a really good cornerback, and CeeDee Lamb is like the number 2 or number 1 wide receiver. So it's definitely going to be like pretty even
in the
overall.
League or on our team. CeeDee Lamb is a number 1. That's
CeeDee Lamb number in the league. My fault.
Oh,
I think he's like number 2.
Right now, I think he's 3. I'd still put Justin Jefferson and Tyreek Hill ahead. But by the end of the season, we'll obviously.
I feel like it's going to be like a pretty even matchup. Marlon Humphrey going against CeeDee Lamb, but I feel like CeeDee Lamb's going to get the better edge over him.
Okay.
Because he's like a lot faster.
Let's go.
I feel like he's definitely a lot better.
Let's go ahead and look at Marlon Humphrey. He's been with Baltimore.
His entire career.
His entire career. Okay. He started off. He had a great year in 2020.
Yeah.
Kind of fell off a lot in 2023. Don't know why.
Now he's not doing the best, but it's only week 2.
Oh, he played 10 games. That's why.
Oh, right, because he was out.
Why was he out?
And
you guys still won a lot, and that defense was still good. Wow.
Who
were your cornerbacks? Did you lose some in free agency?
No. Whatchamacallit? He was good for like the rest 7 games. He was out for the first 10.
Okay, but why?
He got injured in practice. I'm not 100% sure.
Okay. So from a Cowboys standpoint, Trayvon Diggs obviously good to go. It should be nice seeing him on Zay Flowers. Let's just hope he does not get burnt.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Trayvon Diggs against Chris Olave was not good.
You know that song? You should have drafted Flowers.
Burn in your favorite corner.
Burn in your favorite corner.
Maybe that will happen. Yeah, didn't he pick off? Marlon Humphrey should have picked off. Did he pick off? He picked off him. Okay. Picked off Gardner Minshew.
Did he? Because Roquan Smith also picked him off.
No, I think that one was
Yes.
called back. No, Roquan Smith
No.
picked off Mahomes.
No.
Yeah.
I remember seeing it in the game.
Oh, okay. Well, it only lists Gardner Minshew's one interception. So what do you think the final score will be?
You know, I feel like because
Keep going. Keep going.
I feel like the score is going to be pretty close, but because I'm a Ravens fan, I feel like the score is going to be. I'm going to go 35 to 4. No, 35 to 37 Ravens. I feel like it's going to be really close, but I feel like the Ravens are going to get the other edge. But of course, I'm biased because I'm a Ravens fan.
In terms of the Cowboys, their main goal is protect Dak. Dak needs to look way more comfortable in the pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Dak needs to take deep throws, have the explosive plays that he had last year. But he also needs to just honestly take care of the ball. The 2 interceptions he had, one of them was not his fault. That Jalen Brooks did slip on that thing and allowed the Saints receiver or defender to go up and grab it. But the second one, obviously, we were down by almost 30 points, and he threw it into double coverage, which I will say that one was his fault. There were a bunch of guys wide open.
It was like the one
Kevontae Turpin was wide open, I believe, in that play.
It was like the one with Lamar throwing into triple coverage, where you just had like no other choice. It was either that or lose.
Okay, that triple coverage was just
that was kind of dumb. That was really dumb. I was really dumb. But yeah.
Sorry. But yeah, I think if CeeDee Lamb can be explosive, I think Elliott, obviously he's not the greatest. I still think they should start Rico Dowdle, honestly.
I agree with that.
But the main thing is Dallas's pass rush, I think, needs to be a lot better. I think they need to stop Derrick Henry on the run. Obviously, Derrick Henry probably has some beef with the Cowboys after they did not sign him where he wanted to originally go. That was proven by that. That was on Derrick Henry on a call said that he did want to go to Dallas. He had a house in Texas and he was waiting for Dallas to call them, and they never called him. But he already lived in Dallas.
That's wild, though. Well, now he lives in Baltimore. Or he probably doesn't live in Baltimore. He probably lives in like DC. I don't even know where Lamar lives. Probably never. Maybe
but yeah, I just think that Dallas needs to be explosive and just kind of just make sure this Ravens defense is held at bay, and also with the Dallas defense be a lot more productive than they were against the New Orleans Saints. I mean, in regards of talking about that, I want to look ahead. You guys have a pretty interesting schedule coming up. You guys,
I think we have one of the hardest.
After us, you're at home. You have the Bills, who are 2-0. The Bills play Jacksonville. I do have them winning, so I think they will be 3-0 against maybe an 0-3 team. We'll see what happens tomorrow. And then you travel to Cincinnati on a Sunday.
Yeah.
And you face the Bengals at 1 p.m. Then you have the Commanders, which will be an easy game. Then you go on Monday Night Football in Tampa Bay and take on the Buccaneers.
That's going to be definitely one of those harder games that you just don't expect coming out. Like, just exploding the Buccaneers offense was going to be, I bet, really good that game. Yeah. But I feel like we're going to get the job done and win that game at home in Tampa on Monday night.
Yeah, so your next 4 games are relatively kind of easy. Looking at the Cowboys, obviously they have host the Ravens tomorrow. Then they travel to New York for Thursday Night Football.
That'll be an easy game.
Then they go to Pittsburgh against the Steelers, which I originally had them losing to the Steelers. But I think now that the way I've seen that Steelers offense is if the Dallas defense can hold them at bay, against Denver.
Yeah.
No. Their first touchdown.
No, their first touchdown was in Week 2.
in Denver.
Denver was week 2. You're right.
Yeah.
I'm
And then for our next 4 games, I'd say that it's definitely a lot worse than yours. Then they host the Lions. Then they have a bye, and then they travel to San Francisco. Obviously, San Francisco is dealing with a bunch of injuries right now. So, I mean, yeah, I think that obviously we're gonna pick our separate teams. We will be live streaming this tomorrow. That reminds me, I need to
I
figure
will
that
be
out
on
tonight.
this as well.
Yeah, he will be here with me. I need to figure out how to dual monitor this thing. You're right. Okay. But yeah, man. I think that's gonna be it. Thank you so much to Owen Spooney for coming on. Check our live stream tomorrow. YouTube.com/SchoolboyG. I'll have it live on Twitter as well. Thank you guys so much for listening.
Yes.
And we'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.
See ya.